I'm extremely excited. I mean, inactive, but for me, it's been something to where I haven't been under the bright lights, but I've been pretty active. Minus the injuries, I've been able to do what I can, and then just behind the scenes when Tisha went into camp, I was able to be one of her training partners, and then it's been something for me with these last 18 months off to where mentally I was still going. Mentally, I was visualizing doing something, or I was just being a coach to Tisha.
You've been an underdog your whole career, so there's nothing new for you. How do you stack up with Amanda, and does it give you more inspiration to be on her home soil to be like the ultimate underdog in the whole situation?
I don't really care about being the underdog. Like you said, it's been like that my entire career, and one day, it's just May 12th. It's going to speak for itself. So for me, it's just go in there, continue to focus on me, and do what I do.
You forget to test your partner because she's going to follow Valentina. She thinks she has a gas tank.
She thinks she has a gas tank coming from sea level. I'm coming from high altitude, and I think that's been a strength for me my entire career.
Did it bother you at all? There was that talk of Amanda fighting for Cyborg, and there's all that narrative. Were you ever worried that all this might not happen as soon as it did?
I think so. I think everything happens for a reason. So regardless of if something gets thrown in the way, there's always a way. And my ultimate goal is fighting for the world title, and then I have goals beyond that. So whether that was going to happen or not, I would still find a way to fight for the world title and work my way there. It was pretty frustrating just given the fact that they're in two different divisions, and I believe that the 135 division has a lot of talent. So I think it was kind of one of those things that if it wasn't going to happen for me, what's wrong with the other 135ers? There should have been somebody else allowed to step up to the plate and face that challenge. It shouldn't be two girls coming from two different divisions.
Right. She has propensity. She's got championship DNA of breaking in the ring. Do you think you'll be able to bring that out of her as a goal? Just we've seen that happen, like the Cacciandano fight and stuff like that.
I think everybody can break. Nobody's invincible. And just the fact, I think that Amanda's going to be surprised come May. I have a lot to bring to the octagon. And just with this long layoff, there's just my drive, my hunger, and my passion is on a whole new level.
Amanda's wins, her last couple wins have been either a finish early or a close decision win. Is there any more urgency to go for that finish with the fact that she has taken the last couple fights on the judges' scorecards?
It's always urgency. I mean, it doesn't extremely sound fun to fight 25 minutes. If it goes 25 minutes, it goes 25 minutes. But my ultimate goal is to go in there, focus on what I'm doing, and at the end of the day, come out with my hand raised.
Raquel, so
I think about it all the time. It's exciting.
How you feel? Obviously, there's a lot of mutual respect between yourself and others. Would you like maybe a little bit more sort of aggression between the two of you, or a heated debate instead of that mutual respect? Because wrestling is a lot of respect.
At the end of the day, it's a sport. It's a competition. We both have a very competitive side, but I've always been a humble person, and I don't see the need to go out and do a bunch of shit talking, do all that other stuff. At the end of the day, I mean, once that cage door closes, it's not going to change what happens. So we met because of this sport, and it's just one of those things to where we can have a friendship on the outside, but there's business on the inside, and, after 5, 10, 15, 25 minutes, whatever it is, we can turn around, shake hands, give each other hugs, and have our friendship back.
how did you feel when you heard that they were going to put the Colby Covington fight on your card, and how did you feel when you heard that they were moving it?
Moving what?
The Colby Covington fight?
Oh, honestly, it's not something I paid attention to.
You didn't feel like that would bring added attention to the card and maybe some hostility to the card as well?
I'm not about that, so I don't really care about the added attention, the hostility, and quite frankly, the press conference was a little annoying yesterday. I wanted to smack him in the back of the head.
Were you sitting next to him?
I was.
So I was actually going to ask you, what did you think about it all?
I just find it unnecessary, but I mean, to each his own, and that's the macho talk coming out of the guys, so whatever.
What does it mean to be in this title fight with Amanda being openly gay and yourself being gay as well? Like, just the history that sort of goes into this title fight in this matchup.
It's extremely exciting. Just the fact, for one, where women's MMA has come to today, and just that we have this opportunity, and here we are headlining a UFC event, and then obviously it's 2018, so just being openly gay and being able to be myself, and then going up against another basically fellow partner there, I mean, it's extremely exciting, and for me, it's just, there's so much going into this fight. I've always wanted to visit Rio as well, and here I am knocking two birds out with one stone. I'm going to visit Rio, and I'm fighting for the ultimate, or the Yeah, the championship. There we go.
Do you have a lot of people reaching out to you about sort of that topic? Because you're a role model in that sense, as someone who's a prominent athlete who's obviously has his platform.
I get lots of things all the time with whatever it comes from, whether it's just the sport in general, whether it's needing advice. And so the fact of just having this opportunity, I think it inspires a lot of people. And, a lot of people think that I sit here and I inspire them, but just the reactions that I get back to everything, while I'm just simply chasing my passion, it inspires me to be even better.
Is that something you're used to now, just having people, reach out to you and maybe ask for advice or things like that? Like, is that something you're getting more comfortable with?
I've always been comfortable with it. I actually coach high school gymnastics, so it's kind of one of those things to where I've always given advice, I've always done things, and then for some reason, I'm like the rock of my family and my friends. A lot of people said that I should have took counseling up as my profession because I give great advice, and I don't know. So
I know you and Tisha like to hunt. Did you get any hunting in while you were off with the injury? I know when she was fighting at 218, you guys got a little bit of that.
some hunting.
Yeah.
I love hunting. I haven't broke Tisha into that yet. And I think that's actually where my injury happened. Out of all the crazy years, I think the number one question that annoyed me was, did you get anything? The only thing I got was obviously a broken leg, but I'll be back on it next year.
Rocky, how being in the UFC 200 card and fighting the Holly at Staples when Ronda was at her peak, how much being on those big stages got you ready for this?
What was it?
Being on big stages like with fighting Holly at Staples and fighting UFC 200, how much that prepare you for this big stage in your career?
It's the big stage regardless. Just being in the UFC, it's your biggest platform that you can get to in MMA. So any other fights, I see all the girls as challenges, wherever they're ranked, and whatever they bring to the table, it's a different challenge. For me, being on The Ultimate Fighter, it was kind of one of those things to where it absolutely took me out of my comfort zone, and I had to learn to live with an opponent, eat with an opponent, hang out and talk hours before we were going to go fight each other. And so it's just kind of one of the things to where you really learn how to filter those emotions. And I don't go and put all the extra pressure. I don't sit here and, okay, Amanda, a world title shot. Like, Amanda's just another opponent. And then there's an even bigger reward after this one. So it's just kind of one of those things to where the pressure's not there for me. We're going into her home country, and I think the pressure's there for her.